Good everyone. I hope you guys have an amazing day. So in the last episode, I talked about creating a multiple orders from a single code, which was great. But the only thing you remember, I have to do a manual step where I have to go and create an order myself and split it. Right now, how about we can automate those process? Right, it would be very awesome, right? If you don't really have to go and manually create a code, instead, sorry, manually create an order. Instead, based on the code uh, items, line items, your code can be split into different orders, right? There are two ways you can do that, and we need to do a tiny change to the field in the code object. So what I'll do, okay? So I've already done that, but I'll show you anyway. So if I go to um, sorry, edit object, yeah. So this is obviously um, code object. Uh, so I go to the field and relationship, right? Now what I'll do order by. So it's a pick. Sorry, order by. It's a pick list field. So what I've done, I've added a new value, which is that product family, right? So what we'll do. So the scenario is pretty simple. It's a trailer example, right? You can add other field. That's fine. So I wanted to filter based on the product family, and when the product family is different, that quantity will be added to a separate order. So let me give you a very simple example. Let's say I have a code item. I have a code, right? And in that code, I got like three items, right? And two items belong to, say, product family hardware, okay? And the last item belongs to a family called software. So in this scenario, we will have two orders that's going to get created because hardware will be categorized as one category, and the software will be categorized as another category. So we will have two orders getting generated. It's a pretty simple scenario, but some of the businesses they do go using this route rather than you go and tinkering with the code and just trying to create it. So I think this approach works. Other approach you can do group by. So for instance, in a code you have multiple groups, right? So if you have, say, code belonging to, say, two different group in your line items, say for instance, I have a code, right? In that code I have four items, right? And say two items belong to a group A, and the last two items belong to group B. Okay, so what will happen if you try to create a code behind the scene? It will create, sorry, try to create an order behind the scene. It will create two orders instead of one. I'll show you how it works. So let's go to the CPQ again. Um, so I will go to opportunities. I have this cell separate entries, right? And I have this code. So, and I have this edit line, okay? Um, and I got these two items, each belonging to a different product. So when I try to create an order behind the scene, it will create two orders, okay? So what I'll do, I'll go back to, so I'll save it, and I'll do edit, yeah? And I'll scroll down and I'll do ordered, yeah, and I'll do order by product family, yeah, and I'll save. Okay, so that got saved. All right, now what happens? We go to the school account, yeah, and it might take a while to create an order because it's doing behind the scene. And I'll go to relate to list, and let's look at the orders. Okay, we got five. Okay, so I think these two are the ones. So let's see this one. Okay, so this is admin hour, which is a separate one, right? and this is should be the Samsung one. Yeah, that's the Samsung one. Okay, so if you have to cross check, just look at the order from a code. So just go to excuse me, edit lines. As you can see that we got two separate uh, orders created from this single code, right? So what I'll do, I'll try to create another opportunity, right? And let's work out a different scenario. I'll just put some garbage, testing code, right? Whatever. I mean, in obviously in the real life scenario, you will not put this kind of name. I mean, it makes no sense. But for testing, I honestly don't care at this stage, so but that's fine. All right, and I'm gonna create a code, new code from this opportunity. I'll make this as primary. I'll link this testing code, and I'll link the school account. Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. What I'll do, I will do edit lines, and I will, well, I'll choose a price book. I don't care about the price book here. I'll do add group, and I'll add one. I wanted to add two groups. One I'll say first, and I will say second. Yeah, and I'll say add product, and I will add a couple of them. Let's say I wanted to add USB key to the first group, and in this one I will add maybe say a couple of them. Accident insurance in this one. Okay, and so what happens is I created a code, right, with two groups, first and second. The first group belongs to this, and this USB key belongs to the first group. That's a product, and these two products belong to the second group. Yeah, and I'll save it. Okay. All right. Now, so what I'll do, I'll edit this code, right? There is an option if you're doing a group-based separation, that is order by code line group. So you just take this and you order this. Um, and you will do this. Okay, so orders are getting generated behind the scene. Now let's go back to the same account. We go to this school account. Let me refresh the screen. Go to related one. Okay, all right. Seems like we got more orders here. So you see, we got these two orders got generated, right? So let's look at this one. This is a two-factor, which belongs to the first group. Yeah. And obviously this one contains two of them, right? Which belongs to the other group. So yeah, that's pretty much I wanted to cover in this episode. As you can see, I don't have to manually create an order, right? I just have to configure a few things, and that's pretty much I have to do. So based on that, you're pretty good to go. So I personally believe, right? Um, some companies use this approach, some companies may not. It depends on your business process, what they have in place. At the end of the day, it's all driven by business process, right? When you are implementing a solution for a customer, they will have business process in place. If it's a big company or a big government agencies or whatever. Um, so yeah. That being said, I hope you guys have an amazing Wednesday. Adios.